Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? I'm gonna do a little makeover. I was gonna do a makeover and then I thought I should get on here live and show you what I'm gonna do because it worked out on the first one, and so I'm excited and want to do the second one. And this literally takes under 5 minutes. So, well, dry time, but I brought my hair dryer down, so we'll see if that helps. If you're coming in and you can see me and hear me, please let me know. Just leave me a comment. Just say hello, maybe where you're coming in from. I know there's always a lag here and I can't see them usually when I'm on here until later. So I just want to make sure this is working. And okay, here we go. We're just going to go. Up above, if there is a link to my YouTube channel, and today, this morning, a video went live. I went shopping to 6 of my favorite stores and I took you along with me and I kind of shared the tips that I use at those stores. And then I shared my haul and what I brought home with me. And I found some really good things last week. So make sure to hit the link up above and you can watch that YouTube channel. I couldn't believe I found, and mostly everything, the good stuff I found at the thrift stores I only went to 2 thrift stores, 4 other stores, but it was at the last thrift store and I didn't think I was going to find anything, and I found some really cool things. So 2 of those things, I could not believe it, were these cloches. Now, I'm saying that right? My mom always corrects me because I always say them wrong. But look how big they are. This one I've already done. So these were up on the top shelf, and I don't know how, but they were kind of in the back, and I usually can't see the top shelf. I'm short. But I could see them. They were tall enough, and I just thought, well, maybe they were lights. I just couldn't believe they were still there. And they were half off. So they were $2.99 maybe. They were $2.99 each. And they are huge. I don't know if you can tell here, but they are really, really tall. I loved them, but I didn't love, this isn't brass. It's kind of a 1990s gold. You guys can see that. And I just didn't like that. You could always spray paint these, but I really wanted to try the aged, I want to make sure I give you the right color. Yes, this is the bronze. The aged bronze. I left the link up above for all of these products. It's a past post that I did in the fall, and I did it live here. No, I think I just did a video. And I showed you how easy this stuff is to use. I mean, you can use it on anything. I was using it on a plastic jack-o'-lantern in the fall, and it worked amazing. I've used this on wood, and today I'm going to use it on these. They're kind of metal, I would think, but these just screwed off. Another bonus. They are kind of heavy, so they are metal. So let me just move that over. But this process is so easy. The longest thing the thing that takes the longest time is just the dry time. So the first thing I'm going to use is the primer. It's Modern Masters Metal Effects Primer. So it's kind of a process. And like I said, up above in the link to my blog, all of these products are linked in there, so you'll find them easily there. So the first thing you want to do on wood, metal, plastic, if you're doing a jack-o'-lantern, is just put the primer all over. This is nothing fancy. I'm just using one of Gabrielle's art brushes. She has so many. It's just a tiny brush, just because this is a tiny little thing to paint. And I'm trying not to be messy, but I'm also trying to be quick, so we'll see. I don't think there's ever been a time that I've painted and I haven't gotten it on somewhere. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I've been sharing, we are making over our bedroom and Landon's bedroom at the same time. And they lost our bed. It's a long story. They lost our bed in shipping. We got just the footboard, so I had to scramble and find a new bed. Now we have to wait a full month, so we're still sleeping on a mattress on the floor. But since having to wait for ours, I've been able to tackle Landon's bedroom. And the other day, I was closing the can of paint and didn't notice this until later, and the paint splattered on his brand new curtains. So getting messy and stuff with paint, I'm trying to be careful here, but I'm not that, this might be loud for a minute, but I just wanted to. So you would let this dry, this first layer of primer, and I have always with everything I've done it on, wood, plastic, or like this metal, I have always done 2 layers of primer. And the primer, I think it's the same color for all of them. Modern Masters has different metal. I hope you guys can still hear me. Sorry. I'm just trying to speed it up so you're not... they have different metal paints. So bronze, copper. I did copper on the... and here, I'll show you this. On the jack-o'-lantern. I just have Gabrielle's little paint tray. And I just poured some of the primer in there. So now I'm going to put on a second coat. So they have copper, brass... Give me, what's the other one I'm forgetting? Copper, brass, iron. I think that's, there might be another one, but, so you could really, I just thought brass would look pretty and it would make these cloches, which I think that just sounds so funny. What did I used to say? My mom, not cloches. Am I saying that right? Is it cloches? You guys can tell me when I can see your comments, but I love these. I will show you what I've done with other ones that I bought in stores and stuff, but they're great for every season. I'm just going to do this again just to dry it. But they're pretty with like Christmas trees at Christmas time, and then for like little vintage toy trucks full of, you know, little things, little Christmas trees inside. You could fill them with the bottle brush trees. I did that this last year in a apothecary jar, not a cloche, but you could easily do that. And these didn't have a bottom, but you don't need a bottom. I think I just shared on the Facebook page, like Antique Farmhouse or something had a set of them and there were no bottoms on them. They just look pretty, just the glass domes sitting on a shelf or on a end table or something. You don't need the bottoms. But I could easily ask Matt to cut out like a chunky piece of wood in a round shape and I could make a bottom for these. Okay, I'm gonna call this good. The thing I love about this, oh, I've got paint on the hairdryer, is that you can't mess it up. There's really, my biggest tip would be to put 2 coats of the primer on, and then this is the bronze color. Can you guys see that? I almost just dumped that. It's just a pretty bronze color. Can you guys still see me? I have to always shut that one window in front of me because the sun comes right in there. Okay, it's still a little tacky on my fingers, but it's not. So then you just take your whatever the metal color you are going to do over the primer. And I'm not fancy about it, and I'm not making sure every little crevice, because like I said, I want it to kind of look old and weathered and like it's been around for a while. So, and I have even in the past, I've gotten through this entire part and then even sprayed the activator. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I've sprayed the activator on there and then it has dried and I've come back and like a whole spot hasn't been activated, or I didn't spray that spot. So I will just do the process kind of over in that spot and it still looks really good. So like you can't mess this up. And for me, any project like that, I'm all about. So on the blog and on here, I am always preaching about you do not have to spend a lot of money to decorate the house exactly how you want it, or how you're seeing in magazines or on HGTV, or if you don't have $1 million budget, you can still have a pretty house. And this is the kind of stuff I've done for years. Found these at a thrift store for $3. They were half off. Didn't love the way they looked, but knew that with just a little tweaking, I'm gonna do it on high. What am I doing? Don't do that. Don't do that. Thinking it's the primer. Do not dry that. Now you're just going to activate it with the activator. Do not do that part. I don't think it dried. So all you're going to do now, soon as you get your metal, talking and working at the same time is proven to be. As soon as you get the metal color on there, whatever color you're doing, copper or brass, you're just going to, this is the activator that you get to. I put it in a spray bottle so it's easy to put on. And I barely have this open just because these are small pieces and I don't want to spray the entire room. So you're just going to spray it all over. And you really can't, here, let me see if I can do this without it. You can kind of see where you've sprayed. Can you see that? But like I said, if this gets all dry and then you come back and you've missed a spot, you just paint it again and spray it again, and then it's fine. It looks good. Like that top doesn't look very sprayed. Okay, so this you just have to let sit overnight. And then it'll come out looking like this. I just love this. So this has been dried for a few days, and then I just screwed it back on here. But I can show you. Let me move some of this around before I break one of these. But you have seen this before, but for for this one's, I grabbed a bigger nest. But obviously you would put this down. This nest is too big. I could scrunch it up there. For Easter, easy. You could just fill these with the eggs all the way up and then just set them down on a surface, or put, you could do a wood base. You could make one of those. Like this one. This one came, I can't remember where I got it from. I might have got it at a thrift store. But this one, there's a base to it. So I could definitely have Matt make a base for these, but I don't want them to have a base this time. But other little things that you could put in for Easter. But for Christmas, you could use these too. All year round, you could use these. But just doing this little thing makes me love them that much more. And for $3, and they're huge. I will definitely have them out for spring this year. I have a bunch of nests, and I thought that one was going to be small enough, but it's just a little. You could also do tall stands in here, small but taller stands in these. There's just so many things. They're just cool. So if you ever find these at a thrift store, buy them. If you don't love the color of the top, or you just want it to look a little different, so you could always spray paint it, or you could do something like this to it to make it exactly what you want. And make sure, what else did I find? I found like a handmade wood vase at the thrift store. It's all on the video linked above. I found a chunky wood-based lamp and some other good things. Just check out that video. It was a lot of fun last week. And everybody thinks I find that kind of stuff every time, and I don't. That was a fluke, and it was just a good day to be out thrift store shopping. So, okay, I'm hoping you guys could hear me. I don't know if you could. Like I always say, if you have comments, if you watch this on replay, you're not live. You have questions, leave them here. I will come back and answer them. All the products I used here, though, these are all linked in the post up above, just so you can check them out. They're so much fun. And I literally used none for that little project. Even for the jack-o'-lantern I didn't, you would only need one of each to do many, many projects. And I've used it on wood. I have that project on the blog too. Metal, and like I said, the plastic. It works on everything, and it makes everything just look aged and old and cool. So do you have any questions? If you are here, it says people are here. So I hate that there's a lag in this, but if you have any questions, just leave them below. But once this dries, then I can start putting them out and filling them with stuff and get cleaned up. So have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will hope to pop in here soon.